Hi guys, marhaba, this is Sharik and welcome back to another lesson with Globetrot with Arabic. This is going to be a quick lesson, it's not going to be an intensive lesson. We will be studying about 10 to 15 expressions that have the word عقل in Arabic. But first, I'm going to wait just a bit to make sure that some of my students are online and make sure that you can see me or leave a comment if you can. Okay, now there is a person. Okay, because initially I went live just 2 minutes ago and I didn't realize I was live or not. I didn't know. Okay, so let's begin. I'm gonna start by explaining how, yes, hi Yanni. Perfect, okay. So I'm gonna start by firstly telling you how we say mind or brain in Arabic. We use the word عقل, and it comes from standard Arabic, of course, عقل, and it's written with the عين, قاف, and lam, عقل. But in Lebanese Arabic, we pronounce it عقل because we always pronounce this قاف as a sound. Like 99% of the times, we pronounce it as a عقل. And when I use the word عقل, it can be translated in more than one way. For example, sometimes it's translated as mind in English, but also we can translate it as brain. We use it to mean brain when we use it as عقل, okay? But also we have another word for brain, which is دماغ. دماغ is literally like the organ that you have in your head, I hope. Okay, so that's دماغ, the brain, or عقل, used as mind or brain as well. So I'm gonna start with the first expression that I wrote here, and it says العقل زينة. العقل زينة. العقل means the brain. By the way, all of these expressions, I'm gonna leave them later on in the comment box below. I can't write them on the screen. That's my brother-in-law. وائل. Okay, so I can't write these expressions on the screen because, you know, it's a live lesson, but I will leave them in the comment box below. So let's begin. So I was saying العقل زينة. العقل, the brain. زينة, decoration. العقل زينة, the brain is a decoration. So when can you use this expression? When somebody is acting, you know, stupid or ridiculous, or they're doing silly stuff. You say العقل زينة, and it doesn't change if you say it to a guy, to a girl, or maybe even to a group of people. It doesn't change. It always stays the same because you're not saying your brain is a decoration. You're just saying the brain is a decoration. العقل زينة, العقل زينة, and you can go العقل زينة. Okay. The second one is shii biTayyer العقل. Shii biTayyer العقل. Shii means something. biTayyer, it means it makes fly. It makes it fly. biTayyer. Shii biTayyer العقل. العقل, the mind or the brain. Something that makes the brain fly. That's what you're saying, literally. Something that makes the brain fly. Why? Because it's so amazing. So for example, if I see a place that is so amazing and you know, it just takes your breath away, you can say shii biTayyer العقل. Or for example, you went to a wedding and it was so nice and the event was amazing, you can say shii biTayyer العقل, or you can even say كان شي, it was something, كان شي biTayyer العقل, biTayyer العقل. And we have another expression that is very similar to this one. We use it also in similar situations when we say shii بياخد العقل. Something, shii, بياخد, it takes. Shii بياخد العقل, the brain or the mind. Something that takes the brain. Shii بياخد العقل. Something basically that captures your brain. That's what you mean when you say something that takes my brain. So shii بياخد العقل, it's a way to say it's like it's amazing, okay? It was amazing. شي بياخد العقل, شي بيطير العقل. We can use them interchangeably and they are the same, okay? So far we have العقل زينة. If somebody's acting silly, you can say العقل زينة عن جد, and then you can say عن جد, really. And then شي بيطير العقل, something that makes your brain fly away. And then شي بياخد العقل, something that takes your mind or your brain, which means like it captures your brain, okay? بيطير. So طير is to make something fly, but if you fly or like a bird flies, we say بيطير. So طير, بيطير is to fly something else, but بيطير is when it flies, the bird flies, for example, okay? Okay, so that's my sister. No, we just started. We just said 2 expressions. And then we have, the next expression is بيك شي بعقلك أو بكي شي بعقلك. So what are we saying? بيك شي, she again, as we said, is thing. So when I say بيك شي, literally what you are saying is bika. In standard Arabic you say ما bika, what's in you. So when I say بيك شي, is there something, is it something in you? So when I say beke shii, and then I can use عقلك with it. So this expression, you can use it just as beke shii, and then okay, you can use it as beke shii بعقلك. It's a way to say, is there something wrong in your head? Like, are you out of your mind? So beke shii or beke shii, that when you use it alone. And when you say it with عقلك, beke shii بعقلك, is there something wrong in your brain? Or you're literally saying, is something in your brain, which means, are you out of your mind? بيك شي بعقلك. If somebody does something really, again, like ridiculous or stupid, and you want to tell them, how can you do that? You say بيك شي بعقلك, بيك شي بعقلك. So if it's a guy, you say بيك شي, and if it's a girl, you can say بيك شي, and then you can add the بعقلك. But sometimes, as I mentioned in my lesson yesterday, when I just use beke shii or beke shii, it can also mean that, you know, I'm genuinely asking if the person is okay. Maybe I can physically notice that they are not okay, or maybe they look tired, or, you know, they look a bit sick. So I can say beke shii, beke shii. So that's more the genuine way. But the sarcastic way would be beke shii بعقلك, like, you know, and then even if you say beke shii, would be the same. So you can understand from the tone of the voice of the person if they're being sarcastic or they're being genuine and asking you if everything is okay with you. So بيك شي بعقلك or بكي شي بعقلك, that's the feminine form. Okay, and then we have another expression which says, hi to everyone. Okay, so there is another expression that says من كل عقلك, من كل عقلك. Literally, you are saying min, from or of. Kell means all. And عقل, as we said, is brain or mind. عقلك, that's masculine. And if you say it to a girl, you say من كل عقلك. It's a question. من كل عقلك or من كل عقلك. Again, it has the same meaning of the expression before. It's like you're saying, are you really saying this with all your mind? Or are you really doing this with all your mind? Which means, like, do you really think what you're doing is correct? Or when can I use this we can use it also, for example, to indicate that a person is acting a bit naive, like, did you really believe that this is gonna happen? For example, if I'm waiting for someone, like for a guy or for my boyfriend, and he's never ever on time or something, and then my sister can tell me, like, من كل عقلك رح يجي هلا, like, do you really believe that he's gonna be here now on time? Like, she means, of course not. من كل عقلك أو من كل عقلك. And like, again, sometimes we use it to say, like, really, why did you do this? Like, really, like من كل عقلك or من كل عقلك. So that's the fourth one or the fifth one. So let me repeat it. So we said العقل زينة, the brain is a decoration. شي بيطير العقل, something that makes your brain fly. شي بياخد العقل, something that takes your brain, which means it captures your brain. بيك شي بعقلك, is there something in your head, which means is there something wrong in your head. من كل عقلك, literally from all your brain, really, like, do you really believe in that? And then we have the next expression is عقلي مش معي. عقلي, my brain or my mind, مش, not, معي, with me, is not with me. عقلي مش معي. My mind or my brain is not with me. It's a way to say like I can't concentrate today, like I'm unable to focus, or my mind is somewhere else and I'm preoccupied with something else. So I can say عقلي مش معي. I can say عقلي مش معي اليوم. Today my head is not with me, or my mind or my brain is not with me. If you want to say someone is childish, or like, you know, they are not mature enough or something, you can say عقله صغير. عقل, again, brain. عقله, his brain, his mind, with the O in the end, it makes it his. عقله صغير, small. His brain is small. And if you want to say it to a girl, about a girl, you say عقله صغير. عقله صغير, her brain is small, or her mind is small. So عقله صغير, عقله صغير, they are childish, okay? And they just don't act mature on the, or sometimes you can say it if, for example, you do something to someone and you didn't mean it and they took it personal, you can say عقله صغير or عقله صغير, okay? And for that we say, as a reaction to this behavior, when we say, for example, عقله صغير, we can say to someone كبر عقلك. كبر عقلك. It comes from the adjective كبير, and كبر means make it big, enlarge. كبر عقلك, literally you're saying enlarge your brain, which means sometimes we use it to say act mature, كبر عقلك, or for example we say it to say to someone, you know what, don't react in a situation. So for example, we use this in two ways. Again, to indicate that someone is being a bit naive, and you tell them كبر عقلك or كبر عقلك. It's not gonna happen. If you believe something is gonna happen, you say كبر عقلك, and then we add يا عمي with it. يا عمي is like literally my uncle, but of course we don't mean my uncle. It's just a way to say it. It's just a way to show that you are annoyed, and that annoyance can be like very small or very big, okay, when you say يا عمي. So when I say كبر عقلك or كبر عقلك يا عمي or كبر عقلك يا عمي, I'm saying like something is not gonna happen. But in another situation, say for example, I don't know, okay, you're a guy and somebody is trying to hit on your girlfriend, and you're gonna go and make a fight with them, or maybe, I don't know, create a big problem or something, and then your friend tells you كبر عقلك, you know, like think straight, basically, enlarge your brain, which means, you know, don't react to something in a way. It's like you're calming someone down. You say كبر عقلك أو كبري عقلك, okay? And in another context, as I said, when you say to someone sarcastically كبر عقلك, which means, you know, how can you be naive and believe that something is gonna happen, or yeah. So that's كبر عقلك. So we said عقله صغير or عقله صغير, and we can say sometimes if we like the way somebody thinks, or you know, we get along even with them, we say عقلاته حلوين. So عقل is the singular form, عقلات is the plural form. So when I say عقلاته, his brains or his mind, عقلاته حلوين. حلوين is the plural form of حلو. So حلو حلوين. عقل عقلات. So عقلاته حلوين. We don't usually use عقله حلو. We use it in the plural. We say عقلاته حلوين. And if it's feminine, we say عقلاته حلوين. If you meet someone, maybe for the first time, and you know you're having the first conversation, and you like what the person is saying, and you are, you know, you find their way of thinking nice or attractive, you say عقلاته حلوين or عقلاته حلوين. So also, for example, you remember when we said shii بيطير العقل? We have another expression. We use it in the past tense. We say طار عقلي. Taar is the past tense of يطير, and as I said, يطير or بيطير is he flies or it flies. Taar is in the past, okay? So when I say طار عقلي, I'm saying my brain flew. طار عقلي, or my mind flew. طار عقلي. Again, it's a way to say that I found it so amazing, you know? For example, I can say when I saw him, وقت شفته, when I saw him, طار عقلي, my brain flew, like I found him so amazing, or you know, so that to the point that my brain flew. طار عقلي. So it's the same as شي بيطير العقل, but when you say شي بيطير العقل, maybe it's something that just didn't happen in the past. It's still there, you know. شي بيطير العقل, you can see it another time. But طار عقلي is we're specifically talking about a situation in the past when you say طار عقلي. And sometimes we specify and we say طار عقلي من راسي. راس means head, راسي means my head, من راسي from or of my head. Thank you, Freeway. Okay, so طار عقلي من راسي is my brain flew from my head, which means like I found something so amazing or so fascinating even. Okay. So now when we say عقلاته, عقله كبير, we said عقله صغير. Of course you can also say عقله كبير, you know, he is someone who is mature, or you know, he makes decisions wisely, he's wise, عقله كبير. Okay, and we can use this one in the plural form. So we can say عقلاته, his brains, عقلاته كبار. So the plural of كبير, which is big, is كبار. عقلاته, his mind or his brains are big. عقلاته كبار. We use it also in the plural. And the opposite, we can say عقلاته, his brains or his minds. We don't say his minds in English, but in Arabic we are using it in the plural. عقلاته صغار. So the plural of zghiir is صغار. So we can say عقله صغير. We can say عقله كبير in the singular. But we can also say عقلاته كبار and عقلاته صغار in the plural form. Now, if I want to give advice to someone and say, you know what, think properly, yeah, I say in Arabic, think with your brain. فكر بعقلك, as if you can think with something else. Okay, so فكر بعقلك. فكر is the imperative form of think. فكر. Be is with, عقل. عقلك is your brain in the masculine form. And if I want to say it to a girl, I say فكري. That's the imperative form of think. فكري بعقلك. Think with your brain. فكري بعقلك. And sometimes we say to someone, فكر بعقلك. Think with your head or mind or brain. مش بقلبك. Not with your heart. And to a girl they say فكري بعقلك. Think with your head or with your mind and not with your heart. But yeah, you know, people are different. I think with my heart. أنا بفكر بقلبي. I think with my heart. أنا بفكر بقلبي مش بعقلي. Not with my head. أنا بفكر بقلبي مش بعقلي. I think with my heart and not with my head. Okay. And then we have the expression, which is also in standard Arabic, not only in Lebanese Arabic. We pronounce it in standard Arabic as العقل es-saliim بالجسم السليم. In Lebanese Arabic we pronounce it العقل السليم بالجسم السليم. Okay, العقل السليم. Salim is something that is, you know, in a good condition, healthy. العقل السليم. بالجسم, be in the جسم, body, but we pronounce it, instead of saying بالجسم, we pronounce it بالجسم, as with a liaison. العقل السليم بالجسم السليم. So what you're saying is a healthy mind is in a healthy body. It's a way to say that when you keep your body healthy, your mind also stays healthy. Okay, so العقل السليم بالجسم السليم. A healthy mind is in a healthy body. And finally, there is one that we also say it to people when they are, you know, again acting, you know, maybe silly, stupid or something. We say بلا عقل. بلا means without, and عقل means brain. بلا عقل, like without a brain. And it doesn't change if you're saying it in the masculine form, in the feminine form. It's the same, because you're just saying without a brain. بلا عقل. And we can also say بلا مخ. مخ is another, by the way, مخ is another way to say brain. So we say دماغ as well, and مخ. مخ is another way to say brain. Okay, so بلا مخ like without a brain, or بلا عقل, again somebody that is without a brain. I think these are the only expressions that came to my head today with the word عقل. If any of my friends here remembered one while I was doing the lesson, let me know. I'm gonna, before I hang up, I'm gonna go through your comments, see if you have any questions, and otherwise I'm gonna leave. But how do I, yeah, okay. Let me see if there's any questions here. Hi Yani, hi Wa'ul, hi Razan. Thank you, Razan. Thank you. بيطير, yes, بيطير Paul, as I said, it makes something else fly. So you're saying it makes fly. In English, you wouldn't say it makes fly. In English, you use I fly, which is personally you fly, or I fly a kite, for example. You make a kite fly. But in Arabic, we have a distinction in the verbs. We say, as I said, Taar يطير when something is flying, and طير يطير is when you're flying something else, okay? I hope I answered your question properly, Paul. Let me see. That's my sister. Hi, Joe. How to say I play the keyboard and I play the bass guitar. بلعب guitar. You just say بلعب guitar وبلعب org. Hi, Razan again. Freeway. I have a... No, this is not MSA Arabic. These are expressions in the Lebanese dialect, okay? So these are used more in daily life rather than in the written or form or the read forms in newspapers and magazines. Yeah. My sister is saying طير is a bird. Yes, طير is a bird. So طير with a shadda, طير, that's the verb. But طير is a bird as well. Any other questions? Paul, أنا بفكر بقلبي مش بعقلي. أنا كمان. العقل السليم بالجسم السليم. A healthy brain is a healthy body. Yes. Can we say عقلاتك حلوين? Yes. If we want to say it directly to someone, you say عقلاتك حلوين. Your brains are nice. And عقلاتك حلوين, of course. If we're talking directly to the person, yes. Not just عقلاته حلوين or عقلاتها حلوين. So if you want to give a compliment to someone, of course you can say عقلاتك حلوين or عقلاتك حلوين. When it comes to this one, we don't say عقلك حلو or عقلك حلو. We usually use it in the plural form. عقلاتك حلوين or عقلاتك حلوين. And you're more than welcome, Toria. I hope I pronounced your name correct. يمكن تضيفي كلمة قشعريرة. Okay, so قشعريرة, قشعريرة. That's how you pronounce it. I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment in the comment box below if you have any other questions. And I'm going to write these expressions immediately after the lesson in the comment box below, and I can create a list with the translations to upload them to my Instagram and to my Facebook. So if you're on those platforms too, make sure you follow me there at Globetrot with Arabic. Globetrot with Arabic. You will find me there because I try to upload lessons there too, almost on a daily basis. And if you are on TikTok as well, go check out my videos. I try to upload short, fun lessons on TikTok as well. And I might see you tomorrow or the day after. يلا باي، بشوفكم بكرة.